Talking about power is a complex subject, as it is ever-present and difficult to understand. But why it is important to speak about it? We believe that it is crucial when it comes to understanding of human relationships and, consequently, all the transformations within society. Power is normally expressed in relation to social status. There are groups or social categories that traditionally in our society are placed at one end or the other in the line of power and privileges. In general, being a man versus being a woman, being white versus being black, being heterosexual versus being homosexual, and many more. This places us in positions of inferiority or superiority, of control or submission. The elevated position of those who hold power in relationships is structured by different agents, such as the educational context, leadership skills, physical strength, experience, and prestige. That is, all those characteristics that may encourage some individuals to feel, I'm more than another individual. All persons and groups may be in privileged or disadvantaged situation in relation to other groups. The rights of some are pitted against those of others, and inequality is naturalized on the basis of difference. When we ask young people, what does it mean to have power? The answers tend to be to have money, to be able to make decisions about my life, to be free and do what I want, to be worth something and have a place in the society. We ask them if they wanted the power, and most of the time the answer is yes. The concept of power is attractive and desired by the great majority of us, because this is the message we get from the society. Basically, who doesn't want to have a good job, earn a lot of money, have the best grades in the class, be respected, popular, have latest technological gears? But are those things accessible to all of us? Enjoying the so-called welfare state, feeling safe in the society, or feeling treated and recognized as citizens are lived normally only by one part of the population, not so by another. This means that only some have certain opportunities that other people do not have. Given the logic of privilege superiority, it is time to speak to young people about how they understand the categorization of women and men in the society, what they think it is generally desired or accepted for the feminine, and on the other hand, for the masculine stuff. They tend to recognize that the values for the masculine sphere are associated with strength, competition, productivity, economy, constant development, decision-making process, loss. While the feminine is associated with domestic work, with feelings, beauty, the private sphere, the care of others, to be complement of men. Coming back to the meaning power, we ask if the examples young people gave are more connected to the masculine or feminine sphere. Check this out. So, we learn this type of values and truly internalize them. The consequence of this learning is the feeling of superiority, inferiority. The men in this case end up exercising their superiority and power over women and other non-privileged genders, and ultimately controlling their social, psychological, economic, and political opportunities in life. Gender inequality is, without any doubts, one of the clearest consequences of the mechanism of power relations. And we can see it in the family, in the domestic sphere, the educational environment, well, in all sectors where women are involved in. It is very, very easy to find. Let's discuss with young people how women are portrayed in films, in their favorite songs, in TV commercials, and on the other hand, how are men? They will find so many displays reinforcing the traditional roles that manifest unbalanced gender relations. And most of these expressions remain unpunished, even though they clearly have negative effects on their victims. It is important to make a deep reflection on how we grow up as men and women. We only can change what we can see, and the education is the medium for that. It shapes characters. We need to surface these harmful thoughts among young people to invite them to reflect on individual or collective attitudes. With the help of the tools of non-formal education, we can encourage young people to make right decisions when they encounter discrimination based on gender. And the influence it has on them and on new generations in general. The recent studies highlight, for example, that in schools, boys are heard more often by teachers than girls. If we make this social structure visible, we give them the tools to understand their unconscious behavior. Conflict management, mediation, negotiation, nonviolence, and human rights awareness are some of the highest peaks we must reach on this path.